And welcome back to the podcast. This is Bedouin Banter, episode number 37. Thank you all guys for tuning in again. Of course, this is on YouTube. It's on Spotify, on Al-Ghami, and everything that you could think of. Soon enough, we're probably going to be going on Stitcher as well. This is another addition to the Banter, not buddies, but Bedouins Upclose Series. So we're going to have an interview with some very special people today that are joining me on the podcast. And of course, people that are coming from a different discipline, a different background. And obviously, they're going to be classing up the podcast. You guys, I'm in your studio here with Saud and Reem Shahabi. How you guys doing?
We're great.
Great.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for coming in. Honestly, you're a different little take on Bahrain and everything that goes with it.
I hope so.
Specifically when it comes to communities, because you guys are all about them local communities.
Yes.
And what everybody does on the scene. And I just got a chance to talk to them both downstairs and have a brief glimpse into the life that they face when they're event organizing. And not just event organizing, doing a lot of things in between that involve a little bit of friction, let's say.
Oh, yeah. Like, we have a lot of great receipts.
Great experiences.
Okay, I love
times.
it. I love it. This is straight off the bat. This is soon we're going to be figuring out and finding out what happens when it comes to not just the easy stuff and the beautiful stuff that happens with communities and grassroots movements, but also some of the drama I've so heard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of them.
Good. So
Yeah.
first of all, on the screen, guys, you're going to see them on their Instagram. It's the Cult BH. It's scrolling down right now. You can see it. The Cult. Guys, explain to the audience what the Cult is.
So the idea of the cult came from me wanting to support local businesses in general. And being alone didn't help me enough. So I decided to bring a person with a different background. So I brought Reem on board with me. And we decided and thought about the whole process of the idea and how we want to do it. And after the competition and everything. So the cult basically is a one-stop shop for local businesses and local artists in general. And to support them, to host events, to do workshops, and all of that fancy, nice things.
Yeah, it has been fancy, I have to say. Like, there have been a few people that have represented the pop-up kind of vendor scene, and you guys have done that. And I have to say kudos to you too. You've both not only brought in like the usual trendy stuff that people like, from jalabiyas to little miniature handmade stuff.
Yeah.
But you also brought one of my friends in, Fahad from Hawaii, who was with you guys at Bobco.
Yeah.
And he represents the geek culture and everything on Bahrain. So thank you.
I love geeks.
Yeah, you do. He's a big Harry Potter fan.
Oh, yeah. But I can see Gandalf here.
You can
so.
see him, yeah. Well, I'm not going to correct you, but that's not Gandalf.
Oh, see? I'm not a geek enough.
I didn't want to, but I did correct you. Right? It is Saruman. I'm just saying.
He's the bad guy.
It's okay. He's a Harry Potter geek. Okay, we'll let him go. He's given me so much shit for that on radio, by the way. Every time on Twitter, he'd be like, "Yeah, what? You're a Ravenclaw? Oh,
No.
Isn't Gandalf not from Harry Potter though?
No.
He's been always like giving me grief about that, so I thought I'd give him grief about this. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited to have you guys here because we get to talk about the stuff and some other things that you guys have been through.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been for the cult now, for both of you?
Saud started it a lot earlier. He had the idea maybe, 2 years before you brought it to me?
Around 2016.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I participated in this entrepreneurship program with another friend. And we started the whole business plan together. We didn't win that entrepreneurship program, but I decided to shelve it and keep it on the side until I figure something out. And then the idea came back to me in a different way. So I wanted to do it with Reem in another competition. And Mashrou'i with Tamkeen, It was the 5th edition.
Big leagues, yani. This is the big representation.
That was very exciting. And it's been an exciting journey, to be honest. It was good. 6 months, 7 months in that program?
Yeah. It was from... Was it
August
up until March? Yeah,
sure.
We did a lot of things. We got through so many rounds. We're very proud of ourselves.
Okay, that's impressive because you guys are up against some really out there ideas.
I think we had a lot of confidence, so we just kept winging it.
Yeah, we were literally winging it because they had rounds and stages and eliminating businesses and all of that
it was
stuff.
exciting.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it's So where did this whole idea start from? Like who out of the both of you, like where did you come from? And you said we want to do this. This is possible.
It came from my brother, honestly. Like we
Okay.
were just having a chilled session,
Okay.
and he was started talking about ideas, and he was like, "Oh, like I want to do this and stuff," but he lives in the U.S., so he doesn't want to do it. He just wants to plant the seed somewhere.
Okay.
And
So
it
this is
started-
one of his throwaway ideas, right?
Yeah, he's like, "Take it."
I'm giving you this little nugget
Yeah.
of glory.
Exactly. So I started working on it and started developing. Like it was an entire different thing, and now it's an entire different thing. So
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm proud of that.
why the cult? Because I love the name. It for me.
Saud chose the name.
I love it. Reem,
Allegedly.
Reem is straight away going with her first, like, I'm not responsible for this. There's no legal liability on my front for this name.
We
Yeah.
tried other names, but nothing fit as much as the cult did.
What-
It
what-
just stuck.
What
you
are
know?
some of the other names that were like
we
in the
had
running?
we had the culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had something hub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't work. Cults
That's
stuck
a
with people,
cliche.
you know?
Hub
Yeah.
has been overused.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
So-
like the cult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I thought, like even in one of our stages, we had a presentation to do in front of like selected judges,
Okay.
and they
had to
asked
sell the
us.
cult.
Yeah, they asked us why the name. Like I was like, well, I know there's a stigma about cults and they're religious and they have rituals and stuff,
Yeah.
but I thought. Again, but the people
But
at the cult have the same interests. They
Yeah.
practice the same things. They have the same beliefs. So
Well, I don't always, because the first image you get is of like this religious practicing, you know, like somebody that's over the top,
Something
right?
like Midsummer, if you watched it.
Yes, I love that movie. I love
Exactly.
this reference drop. It's going in. You know it. Every time somebody does a reference, I have to edit it. Thank you, Saud, for that. So
Yeah.
what I wanted to say was that cults are not necessarily always religious, because really what it's about is passion,
Yeah.
extreme passion, right? So there's, if you look at Star Wars, there's a lot of people that are into their movies.
Harry Potter.
Like Harry Potter. They're into
Yeah.
it like fanatics, like cult figures, and it brings people together. And usually it is associated with strength from passion at a grassroots level.
Yeah.
And really that's what comes out when I hear you guys, because you're all about
Yeah.
supporting local artists, supporting local businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where your strength came in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you take this on the road, what is the first impression you get from people that are like they're used to going to some of the bigger events, like say the Comic Cons, everything else that they not like to set up, and they're small tiny vendors. What's that experience been like? Finally, like working with them at this level.
I think they have a very good impression of us
Yeah.
initially, even from the Mashwari stages when we had the, what was it, the ceremony? The one in Seif Mall?
It was like
The exhibition. Right.
a prototype.
Yeah,
exhibition.
the prototype. So we had
Okay.
set up, and we had the worst corner in the
The
competition.
worst.
We were on the side. We weren't facing the center.
I don't know
we were
why.
facing away from that. And because it went alphabetically, so we got like the spot, but we got
They
so
probably thought you
much
guys were a cult.
traction.
They're-
Oh yeah, like they kept us literally on a corner,
Yeah, we were facing
another
one of the
side,
restaurants.
and not
Yeah.
even the main
Yeah.
entrance.
Yeah, we were far away, but
It was
we
sad.
got so much traction. We
Yeah.
got from kids, from adults, and everything in between, foreigners, Bahrainis,
Everyone.
anyone and everyone.
Because we were just so different from the others.
Yeah.
Like everyone's been doing like so many apps, so many like
Everything was fintech related.
Yeah,
or-
everything
exactly.
was tech
Yeah.
related.
it was
or like
it was
med
too
related,
much.
right?
Exactly, and we were the only people who were like for the people.
Yeah.
Like we're here for you. We're not here for us. We don't provide
Yeah.
anything. You provide it. You
You
provide
know, what
us.
is it? This is what's amazing about what you guys are offering, because I've always been trying to promote local stuff. And a lot of people are always surprised every time I do a show when there's musicians or there's a band or there's, comedians. Every time the number one thing that comes up is like, we didn't know this was in Bahrain.
Yeah.
That is the number one
Yeah.
thing people state. And I say, well, it's because not many people are familiar with supporting local stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you see it at that kind of a venue that you guys are in, or that kind of space where you're in, are people surprised? Are they going, hey, thank you for doing this as a service? Or are they just surprised? They're like, why would you do this?
No, we got a lot of good impressions. Yeah.
So many.
People were like glad that
Yeah.
things were
So
happening.
many, and even the people who did not have any business, like
Right.
they referenced other people to come to us because they wanted stuff like that. Like they wanted to get the attention that they need.
Okay. That's a little like boost, I think, to the confidence of some people that
Yeah.
I think they
Like
underestimate
we're here to
themselves.
support you,
Yeah.
you know?
So, and from the vendor side, what are the majority of the people that you guys have gotten? Like we're talking.
We've gotten a lot of like horoscope, gems, crystals.
Crystals and gems.
crystal people.
Yeah, but I love
We
their
love them.
I
sage.
love. Look, I love.
But I love
love
their
them.
sage.
And this is ironic. I love your energy. Right? And I've said this to Sergio.
I saged myself before I come here.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I didn't.
My wife is all about them horoscopes. Okay, She
Yeah.
tells me, she's like, and a lot of people I will say it's like, oh, you're a Gemini, aren't you? I'm like, yes, I am.
Are you
What
a
is-
Gemini?
Yes, I am. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, he is.
What is that? What does that mean? What is it?
That means that you're the worst.
Oh, for God's sakes! It just.
You're
No,
not the
just-
worst.
no, no,
You're
I'm just
allegedly
saying.
the worst.
Allegedly, I'm insane. Apparently, that's what the classification
Allegedly, yes.
means. All right, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna say I'm gonna identify as a Gemini apparently
Yeah.
because it makes a lot of sense for them.
Yeah.
But I do like the energy that horoscope people have, specifically when it comes to spirituality or crystals or anything else, because
Yeah.
they tend to do. They will go out there. They will go out there.
Yeah.
They'll sell stuff. They're
Yeah.
confident
They
about
sold
their
a lot of
merchandise.
stuff.
Especially those gems.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
bought some too, right?
I didn't.
I did.
You didn't because you're scared
Oh no, I'm not scared, but
because of Harry Potter. That's the influence for you.
you can say that, yes. But no, I didn't. I just didn't feel.
You just didn't get the chance.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
too busy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Running the show.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good
I
answer.
was just too busy, and they didn't gift me anything. So
Okay, all right. So you guys, you should know this next time. You need
Gift
to
Gifts.
to event
a little
organizers.
something under the table.
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
right?
I love gifts.
Do you guys get enough appreciation from the vendors? You guys feel like you've had a very good like kind of
Verbal
symbiosis?
ones,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
verbal
Good,
appreciation.
You
yes.
feel like you want more?
They did repost a lot
Yeah.
of things when we run the events. A lot of people repost and they say come see the cult, and we
Yeah.
got a lot of good feedback from a lot of people.
That's
So
amazing.
we're like grateful for them.
Anybody that feels like they're a bit more entitled about what they should be getting, because we kind of had this little brief.
Well, I think that happens with a lot of places. I think when you go to an event, you think everything is running so smoothly, but behind the scenes, there's always something that's out of place. So,
Yeah.
for example, you were designated a spot, and now you require a bigger spot, which is taking over someone else's spot,
Yeah.
and then that person doesn't like it.
They were
and then-
sharing the story with me, guys, earlier before
Yeah.
we got on the podcast, and I'm interested to know this because I've always seen this happen with a lot of people that There's the two types in Bahrain. They're very grateful, very supportive. They're like, "I'm so glad you guys are out here doing this. Thank you so much." And then they're the ones that are just ready to snap their like
Exactly,
the fingers,
like the level of entitlement. Sometimes it's exhausting. Like how can you do this? It's just that I get what they're trying to say.
yeah.
Like, okay, I came here, I wanted to participate. I'm expecting like 5-star service coming.
And you
my
are
way.
trying, sir.
Yeah.
You're trying to give them what you can.
Yeah, like we were. Yani, such everyone.
Yeah.
Not just me, not just Reem. Like everyone
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
We had some
were-
issues where some people were upset that they didn't sell anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not ultimately up to us because other people did sell, but it's not ultimately our fault.
Exactly.
If
Right.
you didn't make any profit from this event.
So how do you guys go about kind of like fixing the relationship? Because this is the number one thing with the position you guys are in is that you kind of need to always be up there, up front, alleviating the problems. But sometimes you also have, you want to mention one of the unknown soldiers that always have to deal with people. You said it was
Yes.
Sarah,
Sarah,
Sarah.
A
thank
shout
you, Sarah.
out.
Yeah.
shout out,
We
Sarah.
can't do it without you.
Exactly. She handled those people.
Yeah.
Sarah.
She's the handler.
Yeah.
She's the caretaker.
She has the
she's-
phone. She has all the contacts. She's the one that does it. She
The
has to
Excel
push me to the
sheets.
front. She's like, please go tell them. They cannot do this. I'm like, can you do it?
Yeah, like
But
she
it-
handled.
It all comes in at the end, right? People do appreciate at the end of
Yeah.
everything and
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
you've gone through it. So
Yeah,
what
at
are
the
the
end
challenges?
at the end of the day, they just come and say, "Oh, thank you. It was great. Like everything was okay. Inshallah, next time it gets better and stuff like that." But everyone Saha was very respectful,
Yeah.
so that's good.
So anybody that you feel like because obviously we've been hit by Corona, and you guys are in kind of the same boat that I'm in.
Yeah.
Thank God I have a podcast studio. But
We're social distancing. Like there's 1 feet apart.
This is exactly it. I'm more than 6 feet away from you. More than 6 feet. We're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
What I want to know though is that because myself being a big part of what I do with the stand up, with everything else, comedy related, show related, events in general just dried up, and it's been very difficult actually getting work in the events field.
Yeah.
And you guys don't always do events, but you kind of do your own little thing. So it does require you being out there with people.
Yeah.
What is happening with these vendors? Are they struggling right now? Because they're the bread and butter of what makes these communities come together. And I feel the worst for them, honestly. And if, how have they been handling everything? Have people pivoted? What's going on?
I think with COVID, a lot of online orders started to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for Instagram, it got a bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it got better, but thank God that the event season, especially the outdoor seasons, happened in the winter.
Yeah.
And Corona happened like in March.
But a lot of events were happening in March too.
Exactly.
They had to stop midway through.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was like at the height of it. Exactly. When everything
It was
off.
peaking.
Yeah.
Exactly. But actually, one of the vendors that asked me today about the future plans, and I didn't get back to her because I don't have any idea.
Oh.
Hi. I'm here. I saw your text. I'm not ghosting. So
Reem will be dealing with you shortly. Maybe Sada as well.
Maybe
we'll find out.
yeah, let her. I sent her.
Check the people.
Yeah. I sent her a screenshot actually.
So is this like top secret? What your plans are going to be about for
No.
next year? Or is it just you guys
not
have
top
not?
secret.
I think it's been a good time for us to just
Reflect.
Well, we had something happen in December, so we took a break after that, and I think it came at a good time us taking this break because we didn't plan anything, and now with COVID happening, it's just giving us a break to kind of reassess.
But
the
we have been planning to do some online workshops via Zoom.
Yeah.
And we contacted a couple of people who are willing to do those workshops. So I hope it gets, a
little bit of traction.
Yeah.
People need to know that we're still alive. We're still here.
Exactly.
And
so,
thankfully, it seems like this thing is almost at the end of it. It seems
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't want to be, again, allegedly.
Don't jinx it.
Because
knock on the Brazilian
Knock on the mahogany. Knock on the Brazilian mahogany.
I've been told.
Allegedly,
this is Brazilian mahogany. But in another part of the allegedly business, it was like last time I remember it was this like 2 months ago that I said, based on Al-Ayyam, their coverage, they said that the causeway was opening.
Okay.
And now you hear rumors about it actually possibly opening at the end of the month now. So if this does happen, we might see finally a resurgence of the economy and things coming slowly back to normal.
I don't miss traffic though.
No.
No.
Not at all.
So the Saudis are going to invade.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready yet.
Do you guys miss the Saudis a little bit? I do.
A bit. Honestly, yes. I miss seeing them on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I get that because I'm driving around a lot of times in a Saudi car.
Yeah.
And I feel like a few Bahrainis look at me like,
hey,
is this it? Like I feel like I'm giving people hope when they see me. Like yes,
we're here.
We're gonna buy stuff. We're gonna spend on things again. Don't worry.
Yeah,
things are gonna happen.
Inshallah,
everything's going well. And if you guys are back up, hopefully all the communities are back up again. And what are some of the ideas you guys would have implemented had COVID not happened? Any idea outside of what you've already done? Because you've done Mashru'i, you've done Babco now. What was the next thing?
We were looking for a venue, right?
Yeah, we were looking for like a venue and to actually settle in. This is our venue. We're not gonna go rent places. We want the people to come to us.
Because we wanted to keep it going. We didn't want to rely on the venue too much.
Exactly.
We wanted the venue to be ours. And
under
our control.
So this was the main idea, but then Corona happened. Thank God I'm not paying rent.
Yeah. Which is one of the things some of the people have been suffering with, but thank God, I've seen funding actually happen for some people. So we got that at least covered for the meantime. But if you do, I was excited because I remember you mentioned this idea for me and you said part of the thing wasn't just going to be about pop-up markets
No.
and stores. It's also, you said something about live bands and hopefully some comedy.
Oh
course.
yeah,
Yeah, some live shows. So
yeah.
is this a possible new venue for live shows in Bahrain when it does kick off?
I really hope so, because we actually made a calendar in our business plan.
Yeah.
Temkin asked for it.
Okay.
And we included like music, stand-up comedy nights, movie nights, theater, like music, musicians, even artists. Like they can have the place for to exhibit their art and stuff. But yeah, so I hope this gets back soon.
Yeah.
Because
Post-COVID.
yeah, I
It's gonna
hope so.
hopefully happen.
Yeah. So
So-
it was a great time to reflect and
I'm hoping it happens because you guys might add a new flavor to it that is community oriented, which is something we really need. I have been suffering with a lot of, in the past, whenever there's been a community, there's always been drama. There's always been stories.
oh yeah.
And apparently you guys have had your own share of a story to tell.
رايح ارقى سيوف نذي يحطمون علي يوم القيامة.
So what happened kind of set the mood for 2020.
Exactly. Like it was like started like this was the trailer of what's coming up.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so it was like this, then aliens, and then everything
Yeah.
else that goes with it.
Everything.
So we had a pre-COVID incident.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you guys mentioned it. I didn't want to talk about it off the air because I wanted it specifically for this podcast. So, guys, I don't know
Okay.
what they're talking about. I just know that this is called the Fire Island type of incident.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
Fire Island. Yeah.
Okay, so-
they're up there.
They're up there, as in you would sell this to Netflix if you could.
I hope so.
Okay,
Like,
Netflix, if you're listening.
They're alive.
Netflix
Nobody.
media.
Nobody was eaten by a tiger.
Nobody, unfortunately. Speaking of, did you see the Carol Baskin thing?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. I can get on Cameo too, local Bahrain. all right?
Exactly.
I
Like,
know what
wa-
you did.
I was.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens in Bahrain, it's Carol Baskin. I would like to ask everyone in Bahrain to follow
Bedouin Banter.
on Instagram and visit
Bedouin Banter.
bedouin.com for one of the best go-to sources for entertaining news, things to do, and positive vibes on the island. I visited their site and it looks like there is so much cool stuff going on in Bahrain. I just can't wait to visit there. Stay cool, cats.
Carol Baskin. Yep, that lady that profits over $1.5 million sucking on your heartstrings about shit on the internet that ain't even true.
But I'm gonna pay Joe Exotic to say something, not Carol Baskin.
From prison.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
I want me some of that hashish for a second. I come to Bahrain. You hear me, Bahrain? I'm coming.
Yeah.
But
He'd have a good market here.
I think he would. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that just think this guy's crazy. I love him.
Exactly.
Just
They're
put him
gonna
in an
pay for
event.
it.
They would. Like
They
at the
will.
next Comic Con. You hear me,
Definitely.
Comic Con? This is who we need to get.
Yeah.
But speaking of scandals and stories, you said Fire Island, and this happened to you guys. Now explain away. What is this? What's
Well,
going on?
let's start from the very beginning, right? It was September that we had the pop-up market, right? Mid-September?
September, yes.
Yeah,
Like
so-
late September.
Yeah. And then after that, we got a bit busy. And then around late November, we got an offer.
From people who actually showed up to the event and they saw what we are doing and they approached us, like two people.
Yeah.
And we had a meeting with them and they proposed to us a very great idea. It was so grand. A 10-day event that's going to happen
Yeah.
in Water Garden City.
Covered Christmas, covered New Year's.
Exactly. We're going to bring a DJ, like a stage. It's going to be sponsored by Sheikh Fulan Fulan, you know? Like major.
Can I just ask a question? Because the style that you're presenting this in sounds very familiar. Because I was approached very recently about an event that was supposed to be huge.
Yeah.
Or were these two women by any chance?
No. it
They
was
were
a-
women, but there was a man.
Okay, I didn't meet a man.
Maybe you met the woman.
Maybe. But very exuberant. We're talking about something for the shabab and everything else that goes with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this sounds like the same
I
event.
think it's the same one. Was it in December?
I think so, yeah.
Was it in Water Garden?
Yeah, yeah.
Then those were the people.
Originally, they were talking about Adari, I think, and then something changed for them. I'm not sure.
I'm not
We got
sure.
Water Garden from the beginning. We
Yeah.
got this blueprint. We got
They
proposals.
got us a very beautiful, kudos to them, Saraha. It was a beautiful presentation.
Okay.
like PowerPoint presentation.
A whole PDF.
Yeah.
Oh, very beautiful. Very
was
well done.
beautiful.
The
Well,
bestest, biggest presentation you'll ever
everything.
see.
And they brought like names like actual Bahraini artists and actual Bahraini.
A lot of name drops.
Yeah, a
Okay.
lot of them. So we were like excited because they're gonna do the entire thing and they want us to have a section in the area because the land was too big and they wanted to section it in a way.
Yeah. So we were supposed to have like the cult land, basically. It was
Exactly.
supposed to be our spot. They
With
were
our
going-
vendors
yeah.
that
So
we
they
did not
were-
buy.
They were going to bring in their own vendors, right? And then they brought us in to have the cult section and bring our own vendors in. So everyone that was part of us went through us and they paid us and they had their contracts with us as well.
Exactly. And they gave us the price list and they said those booths like small, medium,
Yeah.
large.
We just had to break
You
even
know,
with them. That's
exactly
all.
Right.
with their prices, and they're like, you're gonna have to pay us this. So we changed the pricing because we wanted to get the profit as well.
Yeah.
So we changed it our way because they gave us the permission to change it
Yeah.
the way we want.
Also, it was a 10-day event and they were giving out booths for 10 days and we thought it would be a lot better to split it up. So we did it weekend 1, weekend 2 instead of like 10
So we were
days.
very organized with our vendors,
Right.
especially the people that we approached. Sarah approached.
Thank you, Sarah, again.
Thank you.
It feels like the cult is Sada. Sada, why are you listening to these two, right?
Hi, Sarah.
Take over right now.
Sarah, call
over,
in.
Yeah. So yeah, she approached them.
Right.
We were talking to them. She prepared Reem, for the people who are listening.
Yeah.
Reem prepared the forms and the contracts and the agreement forms and everything. So everything was set. We were there.
We launched on the cult.
Yeah, like we literally did an entire marketing campaign and everything, so that we were gonna participate with them. So one of our vendors, who I really love, because she gave me a lot of giveaways.
Okay.
Is it?
I love
Can
that
I-
he's been dropping the key to his heart for the last 20 minutes.
So
He's like, yo, swag, motherfuckers.
yeah. Anyway, so I love her. So before the event started, she actually spoke to me and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna send you an advance payment for the booth and everything because
Right.
I'm not gonna be there. My assistant is gonna be there." So, and then she told me, "I did not know that you're gonna work with those people because if I knew, I'm not gonna participate."
Oh, so these people have a reputation.
Yes.
They've been established
So,
in the field of scammering.
Oh yeah.
Scammers.
So I'm gonna name drop them later though.
Okay.
Don't name
I'm
drop them here.
I'm
Allegedly.
I'm waiting for the moment where
Okay.
it comes to me. Anyway,
So you say they've been kind of already outed by some people, and
Yes.
people have had experiences with them before.
yes, she
Okay.
told me directly. She was like, "I'm not gonna like. I wouldn't be participating if you were not in it, but I trust you guys, so I'm gonna be with you in your section." The day before the event, the grand opening.
The grand opening.
Yeah, I was there, and nothing was prepared. Like they were literally building the booths a day before the event.
This is the Fire Ireland part. This is the
No, wait. So the scamming started there. But we ignored it. I'm like, okay, we had a lot of problems in
Yeah.
our previous event. Like we had to rearrange the setup several times.
yeah, but these guys have pitched stage
Yeah.
and
Oh,
everything.
oh yeah, like that was not just a table. That was like an entire wooden booth.
And
So-
we weren't in charge of setting up the booth, so we were just
No.
in charge of the logistics. So we
Yeah.
expected when we get there and our vendors,
Everything is ready.
Set up.
Yeah.
So when the vendors came to us, we
So
didn't know. We didn't know what to do.
Were
either.
was any of the infrastructure there, electricity, anything else?
Nothing was happening.
Nothing. Okay.
So we kind of freaked out, but they said, "Oh no, they're gonna be working all night, and tomorrow morning before the event, like inshallah before 4 p.m. it's gonna be okay."
Right.
So we talked to our vendors and we're like, "Don't come today to put your things. Come tomorrow morning. Hopefully it's gonna be like set up and everything." So we go next morning, and the booths are there, but it was like, have you seen, like, I can't imagine saying this, but imagine going to Skhir
Okay.
and going to this empty mukhayyam that you rented for 40 BD. So we were looking, and it was a mess. It was an entire mess, but we ignored it. They were.
Do you have images for me to use
Oh yeah,
later?
like
Okay.
I have the images. I have videos.
Yeah. This is
I have-
everything he's giving me
I have
is
everything.
right here. It's coming up on screen right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So nothing was there. There were no tables. The electricity was not set up, and we were literally freaked out. So everyone was working really hard, and then the vendors started coming.
Right.
And Sarah and I were just looking at their vendors, arguing with those organizers, so-called organizers, and the organizers are a bunch of kids. No offense, kids, but you're kids.
No offense to the actual kids.
Exactly. No offense.
I'll
But-
say fuck it. I hate kids. I'll say it. All right, I have a problem with kids. These kids.
But
today's
they're
kids.
literally, can you
Yeah.
imagine talking to a middle-aged woman with a cigarette in your hand and you're like, it was so ghetto.
Okay.
You know, it was
All
just
right.
so ghetto.
There was something off. Your red flag machine went
Exactly. So Sarah and I, who were not responsible,
off. Yeah.
decided to go in the argument and start discussing things with the vendors, and we handled it. We're like, okay, we're gonna do these things for you because it's our name in it as well.
Yeah,
you know?
of course, yeah.
So
And you've mentioned big names that are involved,
Oh,
from
yeah.
musicians to everything else.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so we decided to calm them down. The vendors started coming and everything. The openings didn't happen because they didn't have any electricity, so it was cancelled. And she's someone home. The Sheikh Fulan Fulani assistants then
Okay.
were there to check it out before the Sheikh to come to open the place, and it was just an entire mess. The main guy who is responsible for the entire event is wearing a hoodie with like sweat everywhere, and he started talking to them and telling them, no, it's gonna be fine, let him come in an hour and everything. And the guy showed up. Sheikh showed up and it was on the news, and the guy was a mess wearing a hoodie. You did not take a shower for a couple of days. It was just a mess.
Like
So-
the only time you should be smelly, wearing a hoodie, and really,
It's your event.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, where like you're the wasta, you're paying for everything, you have no problems. You're Kanye.
Yeah.
If you're
Kanye.
if you're Kanye, you can pull this off. If you're Epstein, you can do this. But
Yeah.
then you're a bastard at the end of the day.
Exactly.
As well.
So anyway, so this was the first red flag. So after the main grand opening,
Okay.
I decided to go to them, and at night, it was around 12 or 1 a.m., and tell them my vendors want to back out.
Yeah.
They don't want to be here.
So you
They
guys
want-
had already spent the whole day giving this a shot, trying.
I called
No,
Saud
no,
the
no.
first day,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
told Saud, back out now.
Yeah.
Pull out now.
Yeah, back out now because our vendors started coming at us and attacking us, thinking that it was our event. Like we were
Yeah.
responsible for this mess that you're gonna see. Okay, but we were not. So we tried to calm them down. One person decided to back out, and he's like, "I want my refund right now."
yeah.
I did not want to argue with him. It was the end of the day. I gave him the refund, and the rest were like, "Okay, we're coming tomorrow, if
Okay.
it's gonna be fixed."
I think we tried to give them like extensions, and we
Yeah.
tried to just tell them, okay, come for the whole 10 days, forget about the durations.
Yeah, like just
stay, yeah.
to keep them. So the second day comes, and the electricity is there. Our spot was not there. They decided to merge everything together, and
The car plan didn't
yeah,
exist.
they decided to merge everything together, and there were still no tables for the vendors, our vendors and theirs. It was just an entire mess the entire day. They did not have water. The kids were running around, the organizers, okay? They were just running around, smoking and vaping and talking to girls and talking to boys. So it was just too much. So our vendors were not happy, but we decided to, again, give them a lot of love and affirmations.
Yeah.
And we're like, it's okay. Tomorrow it's going to be okay.
There's a bright side to this. Maybe, the
Yeah,
promotions
we held out
there.
a lot. We held out for a long time.
Yeah.
Hoping, like something
Yeah.
good is gonna come
On
out
the
of this.
third day, there were still no people. No people showed up.
All right, so up till that day, right? What are they saying? The kids
Oh,
in between vape
oh,
puffs?
oh.
That everything is fine.
everything is fine.
great.
Everything is great. Mashallah. Thank God it's working. I'm like, what is working? What are you talking about? Where are the people?
What are you doing?
Everything's fine, Kayla.
Thing, and this
Yeah.
is what we're going through.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
from day one, I was asking for like the entire refund to refund our vendors and tell them khalas.
yeah.
But we did not get it because, oh my God, no, it's going to be better. Just wait.
So we got the money from the vendors. They took the money for expenses, and we never saw the money again.
Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, so on the fourth day, I wake up, I get a text message from one of my vendors sending me pictures and screenshots and voice notes. And she was like, what is going on here? It's canceled. I was like, what is canceled? She's like, you don't know? How come you don't know? You're part of the organizers. I'm like, no, I'm not an organizer.
We're a vendor.
We're a vendor just like you. So I called the main guy, and he was like, oh, there was some vandalism. Like the electricity guy decided to cut all the electricity wires. The generators are not working.
Whoa. Wait. You're saying like one of the people that work for the event organizers is like the Babu, who's just running the electricity, decided to cut everything from...
Because he was not paid.
Because allegedly he wasn't paid.
So even the dude that was responsible for the infrastructure, that was supposed to get the toilets, the water, the electricity, everything else...
Oh, don't speak about the toilets.
Oh, wow.
No, that was some rave toilets. Oh, yeah. Have you been to rave toilets?
Order up! New cocktail supreme!
Like little porta potties outside.
No. Yeah.
So he cut it because he didn't get paid either.
No, allegedly. So he cut all the wires and kept the generators there. So I asked him, like, there was a security. Where Wainham? Like, where were they? And he's like, oh, he obviously knew the time of the shift change. So when they changed the shift, he decided to cut the wires. I'm like, I don't buy this. Can you come up with a different lie, please?
So are these kids just high?
Good. There you go.
Definitely. Like their wires.
Allegedly,
their wires are not fixed. Yeah, They were cut. Exactly. They were cut as well.
They're high on life and vape juice. That's what. Just in between.
And scamming.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the scamming. Yeah.
I find your lack of vape disturbing.
So I didn't know what to do. I was like,
Saud called me that morning and he said, Reem, we're pulling out. We're going to pay everyone back.
We're going to pay everyone back.
Yeah.
She was like, with how? Like, how?
What? Yeah.
Exactly. And we paid them the money. Like, we don't have anything on us.
We tried to get it back from them. It didn't work. So me and Saud said, like, we can't, like, have this happen. And we both went to our savings.
We went to our savings and we decided to pay all of our vendors.
Oh, bless you guys.
Yeah.
See,
because
just to make it, that's not past this point. Okay, I just want to say this because they're probably too humble to say it. But this is where you know the difference between people that don't give a shit, right? And I'm not gonna say it's all vape life people, all right? People that puff, but these people actually went through their own savings to get you guys at least the sense of security to do this again, because it is at the end of the day your business is running on communities. It's running on people having faith in what you have and what your work does, right?
Yeah.
So
honestly, I mean, we really tried to give everyone their money back because they were not happy,
so
and we were not.
Everyone that signed with us, we
got
paid them
their
back.
money back.
But I'm not sure if the others.
They didn't
get anything back.
Yeah, we didn't get our money back still, and I'm sure that their vendors didn't get anything back. We knew some of them on a personal level, and I invited them to another.
These are the event organizers.
No, their vendors.
Oh, okay,
I just felt bad for them because they didn't get money. So in my actual job, full-time job, we had an event and I'm an event organizer there. So I invited them and I pay them from the company's money.
Aww.
Because I was
So even the people that had nothing to do with you, that you were not even liable for, that were other vendors,
I just felt bad
you
for
felt
them.
bad.
Yeah, because
How did this happen? Like, how did
They
people
just ignored us.
they
right,
just
for the
ignored.
longest time.
They just ignored, and thank God, في واحدة like she works for the TV. Her name is Manal Talal. I don't know if you know her.
I think the name sounds familiar, but I'm
Yeah,
not sure
Manal. Thank you, Manal, for pointing this out. She posted it on her story, and she provided pictures and videos about the entire Fire Island. Shit
and
that
all
was
the
going
vendors
on.
were sending in pictures. It was all over her Insta story. It was getting everywhere. It picked up a lot of traction.
Yeah.
Everyone knew about it, and we were a bit worried that people were going to say, oh, the cult's involved too, but then someone wrote that.
Someone wrote that the cult had nothing to do with it.
Thank you to the cult.
Yeah.
They did a great job.
This is the problem. This island, it sometimes can be really unforgiving with reputation.
Yeah.
But every now and then you have the people that will sit and stand by you and actually say, no, listen, there's a distinction between what happened.
Yeah.
These guys are not the event organizers. They're getting ripped off the same way you guys are. And there needs to be like a little bit of trust, because whenever this would happen in the past, like I'm not sure how old you guys are, but I'm a 90s kid. And
I'm a 90s
So
kid.
are we.
Awesome. Good. All right. So you guys remember when there was nothing?
I'm 21.
All right. Wow.
No, I actually just had my birthday like last
Happy
week.
birthday,
I'm
Sorry.
20.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm 28. now.
28. Okay, so you remember the days of there was nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just a rolling cloud of gray.
Oh yeah, like
our parents-
spending our time in Hava Java listening to
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
Ali
yeah.
Dawood back in his day, right? Back in the big up days. I call it Sanat Sikto is what my parents would say, and it's like the gray cloud of nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And growing up on either side, whether it's Bahrain or Saudi, there was the same kind of mentality. Whereas if you try to do anything community based, there's always all it takes is one incident.
Yeah.
One incident fucks you over, and then you didn't have social media to clarify yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't have a platform like this where
Yeah.
you guys can talk
Khalas,
about it.
you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
But this is a situation where Manal and people like her actually helped you guys kind of get the message out there.
Yeah.
So seeing that kind of backlash from different communities and stuff on social media, what was the reaction from Vape Boys? What are they?
Nothing.
They-
It was a surreal fiction. Google it.
It didn't they don't have any clue.
So
that
they
anybody's
ignored,
pissed off.
Oh, everyone knew.
They
knew.
ignored us, but because this person was posting on her Instagram, a lot of people were sending in like their numbers and they were sending in their stories.
Yeah.
And then I saw on the story that the event organizers were responding to them and saying that's not what happened. People are calling us.
Yeah, they tried
but
to
they never
defend-
responded to anyone else.
Exactly. They tried to defend themselves to Manal on Instagram so she can just screenshot it and post it. Allegedly, they're saying that the electricity thing was real.
So somebody actually just decided to
cut the wires
for no reason.
Exactly. Like, why would you cut the wires and leave your generators there? You could just take them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't believe it. I don't think it was real.
Okay.
And I think that they saw that they're failing. Someone who knew the time shifts
Yeah.
of the
Allegedly.
There was just a lot of plot holes and everything. that happened.
It was just too messy.
Yeah.
It was a surreal fiction.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, these guys, we can't tell what can happen in this kind of a situation, but you remember that scene in Goodfellas when you guys
I don't
movie
watch
buffs?
it.
No? None of it? Okay. There's a scene in Goodfellas where things just go bad and the business doesn't work for them and they're like a mafioso type, organization. And they decide, it's better to just burn the place down.
Oh yeah,
At the
definitely.
end of the day.
I now when you're saying it, I think they watched the movie that night and
think
they're like,
that?
let's do this. Let's just do this and fuck everyone else.
Everything's fucked anyway.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
sorry for the F-bomb.
Yeah, no, hey, this show is all about the F-bomb. If anything, you guys are just getting started.
Yeah.
So now this situation has happened. It's the final moments. You guys are closing up. You're locking up. You've realized the reality that you're in. You were probably screaming, as you said, from day one, let's just pull out. Let's pull out.
Yeah.
What kept you back in it? What told you that this might turn different?
Blind
We're
faith?
too used on winging it.
Blind faith? Oh, yeah. That too.
Yeah.
That's the
And,
thing, though,
yeah.
with communities, you have to.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
we
Just
just
blind
had
faith,
to,
We just assumed that, we just hoped some miracle was going to happen, and we didn't expect by like day 3, 4
Exactly.
that the wires would be cut.
Exactly.
That was just like the end of it. And as soon as that happened, Saud called me straight away, and I remember Saud specifically saying, we need to pull out for the safety of our vendors. He literally said that to me. Like, we need to do that.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to
You think
have
they
any...
might start torching stuff?
Like someone getting electrocuted.
Someone might get
someone
electrocuted or
tripping.
anything, you know, because one of our vendors had a fridge there selling her salads. So her salads are, you know, done now. Who's going to eat them? She lost money. Another guy who's like barbecuing hot dogs for the people. Like he had a lot of, you know,
the
stock.
food section.
Exactly.
So can I ask a question, because you guys are much more knowledgeable about the event space than I am, especially when it comes to actually setting it up from the side of like you know, laws and regulations and stuff. Is there any bar of entry for setting up an event? Do you have to actually go and get something besides a CR, or like is there somebody that inspects your credentials, your capabilities?
I think it depends on the
venue.
level.
I think it's on the venue, because when you go to, مثلا, when we did our Babco Club event in Awali, we just had to get the approval from Babco Club.
Yeah.
They had the security, they had their staff, they had everything going on for them.
Yeah.
But for a venue like Water Garden or Fire Island, you know, you'll need to get like a lot of approvals from the municipality, from the Ministry of Interior, for security, for different like a lot
That's
of permits.
What I'm assuming. Like
you'd
have
you're
health
outdoors,
and safety, everything.
Health and safety reasons, fire hazards.
So these guys were solid on all this. They had all of this
They had
done.
all of this done.
I don't know.
We don't know. Okay. So at this point, we're assuming they do.
I don't know if the actual the capital municipality decided to talk to them about it, because the name was dropped. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, maybe we'll find out if somebody does know.
In another episode.
We'll have a follow-up to this one.
Come on.
Come on. Maybe,
bring them on.
You know what? This platform is for everybody to speak their piece and actually tell us what happened, what the situation is. And I'm willing to listen to everybody and find out what the truth is behind this whole
beware
thing.
from the vaping.
I know. Yeah, there's no vaping.
No vaping in the recording room.
Like somebody's going to clip back to Matrouk and Matrouk's soon. No. So we'll let you guys vape. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
As long as it's legal. So we're going to ask you guys about more of that later on when we have you for another episode. Is there anything about the story that you would say is a lesson learned for anybody that's starting an event for the first time?
Definitely look into the background of who you're dealing with. Definitely have solid contracts. Their contract with us didn't have anything about paying us back or anything.
Right.
So definitely get some legal advice.
Yeah.
Make sure everything is solid. Make sure the permits are solid. Make sure there's a backup plan.
Yeah. Always a backup plan.
Yeah.
Always keep something on the side, just as a
don't
plan
hand over
B or
the
C.
And these guys, you said they had some kind of they've done events before. In that sense.
Please ask about them before you work with them. Surreal Fiction.
I've never heard the name before, so I'm interested to find out more about them.
You're not gonna find them because their CR is apparently cancelled when they did the event.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's another thing right there.
Oh yeah, like the CR was not working.
Just disappeared all of a sudden. Was it there but without an active license or? Okay. So operating without an active license.
Exactly.
ذماتكم تسوي لنا فستيفال جايبينه مهرجان ومره شنو وعلى كبر البحرين اخر شيء تشوفوا ما مروا 4 ايام الا مبندين كلهم امس جايين لنا يقولوا لنا ان اللي توتهم مقصصين وعلى حرقه يوفنا كل واحد فينا دافع 550 واللي دافع اخر شيء ما طلعنا في ولا شيء لا من خدمات لا من ولا شيء عطونا من اللي اتفقوا ويانا فيه اخر شيء شنو اخر شيء صكوه كله ولا نفر فيه ولا قطم من المنظمين موجود هني ولا واحد فيهم يا حتى انه يتكلم انه بنساعدكم ولا شيء ولا واحد موجود هاي حرقة يوفنا ذي راح تحاسبون عليها يوم القيامة.
Alright, so let's just take a little break from the conversation, guys, and actually take a look at Surreal Fiction and what they represent, because it seems like there's a little bit of the hinting going on with the name, and I've figured out now after catching on that this is the events company's name, and I'm looking into it, so it's time for us to go deep. So when we go deep here, we're going to be looking at some of the stuff that they've made claims on, including some of the documentation, some of the presentations, the ones mentioned by Saud and Reem earlier, and figure out what they've actually said to promoters and maybe even other people that are involved in the whole thing, including entertainers and other acts that they've booked for this whole event. I have quotes from them, and we're going to be looking at some of the documentation right now. So just to correct the claim by Saud, it seems like they do have a CR. It is currently active, and as you can see, it's been registered since 2018. It's a partnership company. You can look it up under Surreal Fiction Entertainment, and I get the irony, Saud. It definitely is the worst name ever. So just look up Surreal Fiction Entertainment, a Bahraini partnership company through Sigillat, and you'll see that their CR is there, has been registered since 2018, and it's been active, and they're set to expire at the end of 2020. Now you can see that they've listed all the activities as marketing, promotional activities, activities of producers, promoters of sports events, sound recording and music publishing activities, trading on a fee or on contract basis, and the organization of conventions, events, and trade shows. So it seems pretty legit on that front. They've got all their bases covered, and as we've mentioned in the podcast earlier on with Saud and Reem, that it seems like when it comes to documentation, they're there and they've done their due diligence. Now, whether or not they've kept their promises, that's where I think some of the claims have been set at. So it comes to their inexperience as maybe a bunch of kids that are entering the events field for the first time maybe. I can't seem to find any previous history. When looking up their Instagram, there's not much as far as posts, and the same goes for most of their social media. You can see that they're mentioning that they've been down. There's nothing really there. Like, there are no posts. I don't know if these have been taken down over the course of the scandal since December, or just the whole event actually not doing so well, publicly speaking, if we're not going to call it a scandal. So as you can see, looking into their Instagram account, they don't really have a lot of posts up there. It's been zero, I think, since their start. So I'm not sure what other events they've actually worked at. It seems like most of the people I've talked to have mentioned that they don't really have a huge background in events, and that they're very familiar with everybody that works in the events industry. And the consistent quote that keeps coming back is the criticism about their age. So it seems like the majority of people that are involved in the event have been from a very young, inexperienced demographic, and that's probably where the vaping comments are coming from. But it looks like they don't really have much to go on as far as experience. Looking at all their social media across Facebook and whatnot, you don't really see a lot. Alright, so as I said, I reached out to a bunch of the entertainers and got their take on the whole thing, because we've gotten the perspective from Saud and Reem. So I've gotten in touch with a few. Some have, and for full disclosure, some have kind of corroborated a lot of what was said in this podcast as far as either scammery or the inability to pay up, even though people had sent them tech riders, which is an understanding of what the technical requirements will be for a show, and even some contractual obligations that they had to meet when it comes to down payments. Just the fact that people usually will pay a down payment to agree to a booking, because artists, guess what, guys, when you're talking about entertainers, no matter what they are, they book out a whole weekend that they could have spent with another person who would actually pay. So they reject offers based on which one is the best one each week, and they have to sometimes make that decision very early on, and it's very unprofessional to keep them waiting, because you know what, they might want to be with you, but they'd probably go for somebody that's smaller and actually give them the time, consideration, and money up front than actually go for a huge mega event that might be sponsored, but it only ends up paying them 6 months, a year down the line. That's not really going to be the case. And in this specific case, most of these artists have also made the claim that they never got paid. Not down payment, which is the early payment just for booking, which is the booking fee. None of that got paid up. Definitely not any of the rest. So here's some of the quotes from the people that were there. And I've got two at the moment. The others chose to not speak on the record because, of course, they're professionals. They have their businesses. But I just wanted to let you know that that's some of what went on at the event. So with this specific one, I got two different perspectives. One from somebody who is very careful and he's very knowledgeable. He's been around in the scene. Mustafa Halwachi is a veteran. He's not only a big part of the art scene, but he's done a lot when it comes to the island. He's been part of government initiatives, local grassroots movements. He's done everything you could possibly think of when it comes to art and supporting local culture and local art. So when I asked him, he had a very unique perspective that was based on experience and just a very wise and sensitive red flag machine. So this is his quote, all right? He says, "When they spoke to me about doing some art program in there, I agreed. But once they failed to come to me with a quote and we did not agree on price and compensation on fee for my work, I asked them to be removed from the list. You know, there was no time to prepare anything, and they failed to send me any of the details on how I'm going to conduct my workshops, what I'm going to be doing exactly. So it was very wishy-washy from their end. So I just dropped it before it even started. It was 2 weeks before the festival, and they still didn't get back to me. So I thought, you know what? Let me drop the ball, because I didn't want to promise people stuff that I couldn't deliver. And then later I heard what's been happening. I actually went to visit the place. It was much less than what was promoted. I know a lot of people that got really pissed off for participating there, but I did not get involved really. But what happened exactly? I don't know. So Mustafa doesn't know what happened at the event. He has not really been interacting with those people since his initial backing out from the commitment, because he decided, you know what, there's a lot of things that are not happening as far as paperwork and just general professional courtesy when it comes to agreeing on terms and what somebody is providing for an event. So this is a good lesson learned for some of you guys out there that might actually be winging it. I know for a fact that there are a ton of events in the Middle East, some of them worth hundreds and thousands of prize pools, cash prize pools, whether they be esports or anything else. And a lot of people participate in them without clear terms of service or contract terms or invoicing terms, payment terms, tech writers, whatever it is that you have, you better get it down straight and right and make sure that your terms are clear and you know exactly what you want early enough so as to actually know whether or not you're backing off of an event and know who you're dealing with. Don't ever feel embarrassed by asking questions. Don't ever feel embarrassed by applying some pressure when it comes to you asking it. You'll find people that say, yeah, akid baba, of course, don't worry, man, don't worry. Habibi, ish da'wah. Don't listen to them. You can still be polite, courteous, fun, accepting, friendly without having to compromise on professional decorum when it comes to paperwork, because that's what's going to save you in the end, and that's what saved Mustafa in this specific event. Now, here's a comparison to somebody that also did some correct procedures when it comes to paperwork. This is Abyooki, who's been on the show, by the way. Abyooki has his own band, the Kushari Band, who are a bunch of amazing guys. Check them out on their Instagram account. And check out the episode he was here on the podcast with us on. He's a really fun guy. Till this day, I can't comprehend the fact I got fucked by Revive Salaha. We were opening the festival for them. The mapping of the whole thing was ridiculous. They had the shops in a certain area, and they had the stage in a different area. When we went there, no one was ready, and it was supposed to be the opening event. It was kind of like chaotic. The stage was done brilliantly, actually. It was very professional. And yet, when we went to play for the opening, they were like, oh, we might postpone the event. I gave them a call a couple of times. They called me back and said, oh, we're going to change the stage. And then they said, do you need the stage? We're going to do it in a tent. I was like, okay, no worries. We had people already coming for us, and we were doing sound check. So why not just play for like 40 minutes? So we played for 40 minutes, and they were like, so you guys are going to play on Sunday. Abyooki agrees, but goes on to ask for his payment before going on Sunday, and says to them, because I don't think you guys are professional in that way, in response to the payment, and asking for it early. And then he says it never happened. I lost 2 days, and I didn't get any money from them, and they kept saying, we will pay you anyway. We will pay you, don't worry, we'll pay you. Obviously, they didn't until this day, says Abyooki. It was ridiculous, Salaha. Yani, fuck Revive, man. They fucked me over. The day before Abyooki was supposed to play, they told Abyooki, listen, we don't have the budget. I don't think the event was going to happen. Abyooki responds with, I was already booked, and I already played, actually, for 40 minutes. So I need to get my money. They're like, yeah, sure, we'll give you the money. I give them calls, says Abyooki, and no one is replying to the calls. To be fair, you know it was a scam because all the organizers that they hired had zero experience, says Abyooki. I knew a couple of people and they didn't have any experience, and the rest were below 18. Now this is unprompted from my part. This is all Abyooki sharing on his own. I could tell you he was pretty frustrated, and it brought up some annoyed urges and some really fresh scars from December of 2019. So the fact that he has restated what everybody else has been saying about the fact that many of these organizers seem inexperienced, that many of these people that have been around the island have kind of worked and collaborated with most of the events companies on the island, have recognized that either the majority of the people that were in charge were people that had very little experience, or the majority of them were just 18 and under. So that tells you a lot. And I feel like Abyooki, being the patient man that he is, and the fact that he likes to actually play and be out there being supportive of the community and the joy of the moment and the appeal of the fans comes first for him, it makes a huge difference seeing somebody that would actually be patient for that long. I already would have been walking out. I would have been enraged by the fact that they said, yeah, do you need a stage? gonna do it in a tent. That part alone is just that says it all about Revive, as far as I'm concerned. And if they wanna contest those quotes, they want to say something in response to these guys, please come on the show. Let us know what happened from your point of view, and then we can get some discussions going. But I have a sneaking suspicion that they won't, because nobody can get in contact with them. And here's some of the messages that Abyooki had when trying to contact them over that day and over the following months, I feel, on WhatsApp.
Much.
There. I'm liking this. I'm learning a lot from this, because hopefully in the future I have a list of this little black book. Your name is going in here. Just saying.
I think thank you to Saud and Sarah for amazing damage control.
You're welcome.
Just sorting everything out. I was sick at home. I couldn't come.
Yeah.
Were you one of the early Corona people?
Maybe.
She caught it way too early.
I predicted it.
She was like probably patient zero. She brought it into Bahrain for all we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of that, that's kind of fucked everything over. So what are you guys gonna be planning? Hopefully for the new year, if things do go back to normal.
We want to do some more events, probably some lot of fun stuff. I think we'll like reshape what we're doing.
Yeah, like we don't want to be the pop-up events people, because we're really not, because
and it starts to take a toll as well.
Exactly. We are literally traumatized. So like we don't want to do any pop-ups anymore. No, we're gonna do something different this time. Like
Puppet shows. That's what you guys should do.
We need that. Yeah.
Right? We need something different in Bahrain. We do. I think we need like one of those like I can't remember what the movie's called, but one of those like wagons that open up with like live theater shows that just tour the island.
Oh,
you know the movie I'm thinking of, right?
It's Heath Ledger's
It
last
is Heath
movie.
Ledger. Yeah, it is his last night. Was it
something Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. I had a friend that wanted to do that for Bahrain.
Yeah.
It was one of his ideas.
That was really cool. Like I want to go to this porthole again, like just like him, and change my entire figure.
What would you be? Who would you be?
So many things. Yeah. I don't know. Like I change my mind every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So.
Is this the same way you feel about like Harry Potter?
No, I'm a proud Slytherin.
Are you a Slytherin?
Yeah.
I thought you said wait. Okay, then I'm misremembering. So you're a Slytherin. I said to you, which was bullshit at the time, I said Ravenclaw.
No,
you judged me for that.
No. Ravenclaws are great. They're wise.
But they're not really that represented, it seems like, in the movies for some reason.
No.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Are they like Geminis? Do people hate them?
No, Geminis are Slytherins.
Yeah, like everyone hates us.
Yeah, I guess
we're the bad people. We're the bad people.
All right, but here's the thing, right? Slytherin, very deceptive, very enigmatic, very mysterious.
No. It's they're ambitious. They want power.
Okay, so worse then. I was giving you the
yeah, like they want to make a lot of change and get the power that they need, to achieve it.
And we know that Slytherin, it's based off of the serpentine snake thing.
Yeah.
And you have like Ravenclaw, ravens, obviously. Gryffindor, griffins. What the fuck is a Hufflepuff? That's the one that...
It's a badger.
Is it a badger?
Yeah, I think so.
Is a Hufflepuff like... I thought it was like a Jigglypuff. Like a Pokemon.
Yeah, I was just going to say it reminds me of a
that's
Jigglypuff.
Pokemon.
And I identify as a Jigglypuff. So.
That's another fandom. But actually, Reem looks like
if I were a
Jigglypuff,
Pokemon, I'd be a Jigglypuff.
I think Jigglypuffs are underrated. I think that's the first image I get when I hear Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things I feel like there's not enough passion for maybe on the island, so maybe you guys should shift into something more geeky.
Well, the Raven's Nest is doing a great job when it comes to that. Honestly, kudos to them.
We love board games.
Yeah, we love them. And I wanted to collaborate with them, but I never got the chance to talk to them about it.
Now you do, go ahead.
Yeah, let's work together.
Sergio was on this show before, so he's, I know for a fact that there's a lot of like synergy when it comes to the board game community, the entertainment community, geek communities.
But not the pop-ups.
No.
Because we were at another pop-up event to support like local businesses and post it on Instagram and everything. And the main guy.
Hold on! I don't get to do this very often. Drama alert!
Yeah, so it was at an outdoor venue.
Okay.
And we just went there to support local businesses. We were not doing anything sketchy. We were having our Starbucks, and it was just fun. And the main guy of the other group decided to come to Sarah and me and tell Sarah that, why you're stealing our vendors? Why would, do you own them? That was the first question.
I'm going to put you on the hot spot right now. Saud, were you stealing their vendors?
We were not.
Why were you there, Saud?
We were just there to support. Fun. Exactly.
Why did you order from Starbucks, Saud? What did you want?
Because their coffee sucked.
Was it pumpkin spice?
Oh, no. I mean, the vendor's coffee sucked.
Oh! Wow! Wow! That one hurt. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the reason. Yeah, but we were just there to support their businesses, and we know some of them. So we just wanted to say hi and everything. And the guy came and attacked us for no reason.
But to be fair to these guys, I'm gonna be devil's advocate right now. In your space, like there are a lot of fields where there's a lot of competition, a lot of oversaturation in the market.
Yes.
Is it legitimate for him to feel threatened? The fact that maybe two competitors are
here
to...
Yeah. Because I think so. Because in our Bobco Club event that we had in Awali, we had around 65 vendors in one space, and I don't think any of the other pop-up places had this number. So I think they were threatened. I don't know, especially that we were new in the market.
Yeah, and I think this is a kind of a small market, not a lot of pop-up entities out there.
So there's always this feeling that somebody's going to
so you want to be the main one. You want to be the Snapchat.
Exactly.
You want to be the Instagram.
Especially that we had like a huge company supporting us, and we had a huge backup.
You guys were the McDonald's. You
exactly.
guys were coming in.
like I really think that Bobco's name sold the market.
Yeah. It gave a certain level of trust
and legitimacy.
But they had theirs outdoors, which was really nice, and
beautiful.
We always wanted to do outdoor stuff. So it's nice to see the other companies do theirs, and it's always inspiring.
Yeah, like their events are great.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that they're shit, but I don't get the attitude.
Apparently the coffee was shit. No, so that's the
I'm talking about the event.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. So as an event, they did an amazing job. They were inspiring in that sense. For me, when I'm looking at a lot of different communities in Bahrain, even when I was talking to certain friends that would, being a geek, you never got to see shit, man. Like never. Like growing up, it would be like one guy maybe play a D&D here, have a session there. Some person opens a video game store.
Yeah.
And whenever somebody opens another one, you as the client or somebody that's enjoying yourself in the community, you're like, oh, wow.
Great.
Yeah. More places. Exactly. It means that we can have more shows and more vendors.
That's how we thought when we did the Mashru'i business plan. They asked us, are you not threatened by your current competitors? And we literally said no, because why not have more of this? That was literally our response.
Yeah, like we were not threatened.
We thought it was a great idea. We believed in our idea. We said, why not have a different thing you could do instead of doing the same thing again and again?
Yeah.
So maybe we're doing a Harry Potter night. Someone else is doing
Lord of the Rings night.
If you don't want to come, you could go there. And then,
or anime. There's a huge market for the anime fans.
But to be fair, I think if someone came to our event and started sniping, would be like,
So
there is a level of threat there.
You would like to be the innocent one.
I like at least you guys are honest about it, or I would have called you out on your bullshit if you didn't.
No, I think when you do what you think is innocent, but obviously in the eyes of the other person.
I think all it takes is
it's
you
just
guys
fun and nothing.
But did you guys know them personally, or you didn't? The people that felt threatened by
Oh no, we don't.
See,
I think Sarah knew the guy, so I don't know.
So maybe if you guys just sat down, I think it's one of those situations where once people kind of know and they feel like, hey, you know what, we got to know you guys, you're not really that kind of a threat, and maybe there's this overlap here, but here we can learn from each other.
To be honest, I don't care, because they're a pop-up event people.
Yeah.
And we're not. We just wanted to do the pop-up because we felt like it.
It's because it supported the theme.
Exactly. We just felt like it. We're not a pop-up events people.
Does this happen a lot to you? Because it seems like you have this thing where you're trying to explain to people it's not necessarily a pop-up thing.
Yeah.
So
It's
when
a
you
part of
define it, when you define the cult for people, even if it's just your competitors or vendors, what do you say?
So at the moment, I understand why people would assume it is just a pop-up market.
Because
right?
we've been doing that.
Yeah, because that's what we had the capacity to do so far. But we had a much bigger idea for it, which comes with the venue. So our idea for the pop-up markets was just to like gain some revenue, gain some traction, get some followers, get some fans, get some sponsorship.
Get to know the people.
Yeah,
and we
exactly.
did.
And we loved them.
Very closely.
Yeah.
Right here. Whilst they yell at you.
No, we can't do this anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wear your mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was good.
Yeah. So we wanted to branch out. Like we said, we wanted to do the workshops. We wanted to do the continuous events. We wanted like Monday is movie night. Wednesday is a book club. This day is that day. It's a whole venue. You could rent a spot. You could have your own little guitar session on the side. You could offer guitar courses on the side. We wanted to do a lot of things. We had a lot of ideas. We had like even charitable ideas. But that all comes with the venue.
Yeah, so you guys kind of want to be the platform for all these different things that can happen in your venue. And
even we want to be a venue where if you are a pop-up market,
you can do it here.
Rent out our venue. Use the venue to make it your own thing. Or like, we don't have to be the ones running the pop-up market.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So just to understand the ecosystem, I like using that word because it makes me feel like an entrepreneur when I'm not.
Yes.
To understand that ecosystem, and this is where the question comes in.
Yeah.
How many fake entrepreneurs do you guys have to deal with, or people that have a lot of talk, a lot of flash, not really a lot of substance?
It depends on the person itself. People believe in their ideas a lot.
Yeah. It's a very diplomatic answer.
A lot. I'll take over from now. Okay. People believe in their ideas a lot.
Yeah.
We believe in the cult a lot. I'll take over from now. No, I think that we met a lot of people through Mashru'a. It was amazing. We met a lot of people through the the accelerators. What's the other one called? Incubators.
Yeah.
And we kind of there was some friction with some people.
Yeah.
But
especially in our first event. Actually, when we got out of Mashru'i, we won an award, which was the Business of the Year award.
Business model.
Yeah, business model. Yeah. And they gave us a sponsorship and an incubator. And we did our first event there. And after that event, we decided we don't want an incubator.
It was, I think, unfortunately for us, when they offered us that, the location was so far away.
And
it was in Amwaj. And it was
no, it wasn't just Amwaj. It was like Amwaj, Lagoon, third floor, with no sign, nothing going on. And they wanted to give us an office. No, we don't want an office. We want a venue.
It was kind of far away.
Thank you for the sponsorship. Thanks a lot. But we don't actually need it. Like, no.
Now they're in Sif, so I feel like if they were in Sif back then, because me and Saud both have day jobs, right? So it's difficult for us to go all the way to Amwaj. So we didn't get a chance to make use of it because it was just so inconvenient for us when we could just go to a Starbucks. Or we could just meet up. So going all the way to Amwaj was honestly, I think, the only problem we had. But now they moved to Sif, so if you guys want to give us
another sponsorship, that would be great.
But back then, it was just the idea of going. Amwaj needs a revamp, I think.
Yeah. I'm looking for a sponsorship too, by the way. Letting you guys know, all right?
I want to just say a funny story about the sponsorship. Because you remember how we said me and Surreal basically winged the competition?
Yeah.
And we prepared everything on the spot, even the
presentation, even the exhibition.
We were trying
to
do
give people some context, an idea. You're up against other people that have everything down.
Oh yeah.
They're like
people
meticulous.
were matching outfits, and me and Saud are outside the presentation room, like, okay, put this in. I'll say this, you say that. I'll say this, and you do this. And we go in.
Yeah.
Presentation is just bullet points, and we're like, don't look there, look at us.
Exactly. Like they looked at us, and we actually got through to the final stage.
Yeah.
This was a funny moment. The final ceremony. So we did our pitches in front of the judges, and they gave us marks and everything. Reem didn't want to go there, so I had to go there and talk for about 2 minutes or whatever. The on stage. Exactly. And thank God that there was no audience.
It was a tiring day because it was supposed to be a 2-day exhibition, and then the ceremony was supposed to be the week after, but instead they made it right after the exhibition. So we had 2 days of like 12-hour exhibition time.
Exactly.
And the next day you have to show up like prepared.
You know.
Yeah.
So it was exhausting. Anyway, so we just decided to chill and enjoy the ceremony and congratulate the winners, because we decided in our heads that we're not gonna
also,
get
alphabetically,
anything.
we're sitting all the way in the
All
end.
the way at the end.
On the last two, and we're just there like...
Literally the last row and the last two.
Yeah, so we're just sitting
So we're just sitting there gossiping and talking to each other. And suddenly, like, someone was like, oh, the winner of the business model, the cult. And we just looked at each other. We're like, what?
We literally jumped up. I remember Saud specifically grabbed my arm and he's like, get up, we're going to the stage. And I'm like, what?
We don't have an acceptance speech.
We get up there and we're like, what?
Shocked, you know?
So do you guys have to say the whole thing now? Do you have to like make a second presentation?
Oh, no.
This was the end. This was like the end.
But is it
This
like
was
a
just,
thank you speech? A whole...
No, you get your thing
okay.
and go.
No,
that's it.
we just go to the stage, take a picture, smile, and leave.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
But it was a moment.
And we celebrated at Translate.
You guys must have been getting some hate from some people that were just looking at you like, I know you guys are full of shit. I saw Reem practicing her L's in the backstage.
Someone actually...
I saw you guys come in 2 hours late.
Remember the guy with the students lounge, whatever?
No.
Someone. So he was there at the competition.
He didn't like our idea very
He
much.
didn't like us. Like, he was so full of himself.
But our mentor loved us.
Exactly. She shut him down.
She
Shout out to
loved
Nahla.
us.
Yeah, Nahla al-Mahmoud Lala Bella Flowers.
Yeah, she was our mentor, and she just loved our idea so much. She supported us so much. And there was another person there. They had a great idea, but
it was an attitude problem, I really think.
It was just an idea that
he refused.
I hope they revived it now,
Yeah.
but it was just an idea that maybe in Bahrain wouldn't work so much.
Not as much.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like with a lot of these projects, these things that are pitched as a startup or from entrepreneurs in Bahrain, as amazing as it is to have a thriving scene here, there's a lot of people that focus so much on the meticulousness and the details that they don't connect to people. Do you feel like that might be a big problem there? Or?
Because we weren't too like into it.
What is you feel like you might disagree here, but what do you think wins out more? Because I know types of people that are always looking at the people angle.
Yeah.
I feel like with your model specifically in your business, it's all about people.
It's all about them.
So
we
it's
were all
important.
about like in the moment. We were very in the moment. Every time someone asked us something, we came up with it on the spot. We said, basically, when someone asked us what is the cult, we told them it's whatever you want it to be. Like, tell us what you want the cult to be, and we'll make it happen
Sounds
for
like
you.
bullshit to me.
That's what the guy said in our class.
Oh wow!
Exactly.
What the fuck does that even mean?
What was our motto?
Something for the people.
Wow.
I forgot.
You get this is
No.
You guys are operating exactly like a cult would.
Yeah.
Just words that don't make any sense. It's like
Just wing it.
believe in your inner self as you go on.
Like, give us money and we're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
But
What's the motto?
from us to you.
The full one.
Oh, I forgot.
A full one, a
Same.
short one, whatever you want it to be, right? That's
We'll
the
put
cult.
it here.
Yeah.
It should be whatever you want it to be. That's it. The cult.
Exactly. Your
this
cult
is
is
awesome.
different than mine.
Yeah.
Well-
We'll figure it out, and then you can put it.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, just give me the photos, everything, incriminating evidence, whatever you guys want.
I'll give you the receipts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys, have you considered like as a kind of like a final little topic I want to get into before we close out? Do you guys, what do you want to see from the live event scene? Because everybody that's talked the talk about live events, it's always easier when you're talking about music, when you're talking about things like theater. But there's a lot of controversy out there. There's a lot of like I've helped people sign release forms for like what they should be saying on stage as comedians or not, who's liable for what. Is there anything that you guys are much more, let's say, anxious about getting into that you're like, we don't know if we want to get into that territory?
I think just the Bahraini crowd, I think, can get a little bit more sensitive than usual.
Right.
Because we get sensitive too. You know? So I think a lot of things are said that shouldn't be said. Like, for example, how it picked up traction on the Insta story, right? Everyone was spilling, and the Manal was posting, and those guys responded. And I feel like if we could avoid just those, until everything's under control, just containing the story
Right.
instead of like
like
different versions going
exactly.
out of what happened.
Exactly. Like, can you rephrase your question again?
Well, I'm gonna ask it in this way: if there's an aspect to everything you're doing or everything
Yeah.
you've done that you would have taken a different route from, you would have done differently, or even something that now you wouldn't be as confident getting into. So if we're talking
Yeah.
about new ventures, going up in live shows,
Yeah.
talking about comedy, anything else that you want to set up that
Yeah.
could cause extra friction, extra sensitivity, how would you go about it now?
I don't think that we're going to approach these ideas in a way that will bring friction.
Yeah.
We might cause controversy, but not friction, because again, we're very out there. We're very, close to the people. You're not going to talk to a PC. You're going to talk to a person here, So, for example, if we decided to host a stand-up comedy and there was going to be an adult joke there, here and there, I love it. I don't mind it, especially.
Well, it depends on the audience.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna advertise it as that.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be
18 plus, language,
exactly.
So and so on.
Exactly. Like we're not gonna tell people it's a comedy show and they're gonna bring their kids there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
If there's a comedy show for kids, then
we're gonna
we'll
mention
advertise it
that.
as such.
You know, I think being very honest and clear
Yeah.
and transparent with your audience makes it much better than hiding behind cutting wires.
He brings it back to the little drama alert section. I love it. Allegedly. So allegedly.
Everything we said so far
is allegedly, exactly. So we don't know what happened. But in this circumstance, when you're talking about something like that, connecting with your audience, I feel like that's the most important thing in a day and age where honestly there's no point in hiding things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
everything's
Social
clear.
media,
It's already out there.
Yeah.
Like
one person hears a bad story, it gets to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. Next thing
Yeah.
you know,
Just use the
it's all over
hashtag.
Bahrain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just use a hashtag.
Free Britney, by the way.
Hashtag save Britney.
Still?
Yeah.
Yes. Leave Britney
Is she
alone.
still locked up? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's been 12 years.
12 years and
Yeah.
she's still there.
Release my girl.
Yeah.
Wow, Maskina.
Yeah. So again, you need to be transparent with your people because because if you lie to them today, they're gonna figure it out. Whatever's done in the dark is gonna come to light.
Yeah. That's part of why like I enjoy the fact that I don't have many standards here. Like as somebody that comes from like a background where I was like, you know what? It's amazing being a black sheep. It's amazing having all your baggage out there.
Yeah.
Not having standards. Sorry about the quality of the show, guys.
Don't worry.
But literally,
it's great here.
it smells so bad.
Oh no.
No. He's just saying that.
No, I'm just saying. Don't worry.
No. It's very sanitized.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the sake of like comedy, and even when I was doing radio, which freaked me out because it's such a traditional like platform.
Yeah.
And I don't like working in that frame set. I like being the guy that's the outsider. I like having no expectations.
Yeah.
Because when your expectations are low, I can then impress you. It's kind of how I got my wife. I just made sure everything was set at a lower standard, and then she's like, "Oh, this amazing guy. He has so many hidden qualities and talents."
Yeah.
And it builds from there.
True.
So there's no point in you actually hiding this life, anything you want to hide. There's no point in it anymore.
No.
So why not go out there and be transparent?
Yeah.
And you guys have done that really well. What advice would you give for people in your scene that are dealing with that kind of like difficulty connecting either to an audience or with other vendors? What is the key? Is it having somebody like Sada, or is it something else?
It helps to have someone to
Yeah.
address, to call bullshit when it's bullshit, right? Because I won't do it. Like we.
I won't do it either.
Right.
Sarah does it perfectly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not about being bitchy with people.
Yeah, it's just
about
sometimes people try to take advantage of the situation. So
like,
they try to push you
this
over.
is what you're gonna get, and that's about it. If you want to get more, pay more, whatever it is.
Also, to be very clear in the procedures that you do, the legal forms you sign, the legal forms you give. If you dedicate a specific space, like from A to C, this is you. Make sure it reflects accurately, so then if someone tries to say something, you can say no.
Exactly.
Like clearly.
And really take any advice you can get.
Yeah.
Right.
Any advice will work, good,
Exactly.
bad. It's a great experience. It's a journey.
Take it all.
Yeah. It's
Take
not,
it all
it's not
in.
linear. It's up and downs. It's great.
Like,
awesome.
we got a lot of advice from people, and some of them are right, some of them are wrong, and some of them we just ignore and then remember after a while.
A lot of people, like when we did the competition, said that our idea wouldn't work.
Exactly.
And we just said, why?
Exactly. So
We said, why not?
Yeah, exactly. So when people tell us no, we don't tell them okay. We're like, why?
We tell them
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Or, okay, sure,
Explain
thanks.
more.
Like,
Explain. Let us. Yeah, keep that communication open.
Exactly.
Let
So
people feel
take
like
all the advice, ask questions, whatever
Yeah.
you want, So you can just get the full picture.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go to this thing blindsided by something else
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get surprised later
lot of,
by your wires getting cut.
a lot of criticism we got was that aren't you-
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah.
So a lot of criticism we got was about, don't you feel like you're repeating an idea that already exists? If someone tells you that, I don't think you should listen to that. If you
Try to
think-
find your market.
Yeah, try
Yeah.
to find your own spin on it. Don't full on copy someone else, but also try to make it yours so that it stands out.
That's
a bit
really
more.
important, and sometimes you don't.
Exactly.
I call it the writer's syndrome of not finding your voice at
Yeah.
first.
Exactly.
And as you go through it, you kind of figure out, hey, you know what? I lean more towards this community
exactly.
or this niche.
Exactly.
Know
This
your
is-
target audience.
This
know
is
who you're
why,
serving.
this is why the cult is there, because I'm not a one thing person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a lot of things. I'm interested in this, but I'm interested in that as well. So why not combine the entire thing together in one space?
Yeah.
But if you want to do, something else, just focus on that and it will come. Just try to improve on it several times. The cult's idea has been there for 4 years now, and we're still updating and working on it. And
adapting to the
and
current
adapting.
cases,
Exactly.
yeah.
So just don't fixate on one thing.
Yeah. Make it your own.
There you guys. You've heard it from Saud and Reem straight here on the podcast. Guys, I've actually enjoyed it. Do you have any idea how long it's been? I always ask people this.
I'm not
I don't know what time we started.
I'm really,
I don't know what time
yeah.
Yeah, we're about an hour 15 into this almost.
Okay,
right now.
so that's good.
And it's been perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
the time frame I wanted to have with you guys. I understand a lot about you guys
Yeah.
and the community you're in. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Honestly, it's something different for me.
Yeah.
And if there's anything you guys want to plug, anything you want to talk about for the future,
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah,
and,
follow us on Instagram. But I've been having this idea that as soon as I got into your house.
What is?
Don't share it.
No. Honestly, I don't know why. I just thought about you owning a piano somewhere.
Oh, me?
Okay.
I have a cello downstairs.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No.
Close enough.
All right.
Okay. So, and I always had this idea, as cliche as it sounds and as stupid as it sounds. I'll just go sit at the piano, start playing a random song, a very good one though.
Do you know how to play the piano?
Wait. And for example,
can he play?
No.
This is all
in my head.
Fantasy in your head?
Exactly. Like I'll just go to the piano, and for example, Reem or you would come to me and be like, "Oh, I didn't know you played," and I'll just answer you with, "You never asked."
That's what we do with the cult. I didn't know you guys did this, but you never asked.
I'm gonna make that should be
And
your
now you
slogan.
know.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
You
make
never
this
asked.
your dream happen right
Yeah,
now
like-
through the power of editing.
Oh, I didn't know you played. You never asked.
Thank you guys for listening, for watching us, and also don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow them on Instagram. It's thecult.bh. And guys, don't forget to tune in for more episodes in the future. We're working on the We On one. We have a Banter Ranter coming up, which is the monologue series. And also make sure to tell your friends, share, let them know. And thank you guys. You've been amazing, especially on the last episode. We hit 178 at this point.
Yay.
So keep the controversy train rolling. All right. So,
Great.
you guys, thank you for being.
Thank you
for
for having
having
us.
us.
Like, it was so much fun.
It was, yes.
Every time. You guys are welcome. You're cool. You're part
Thanks.
of the crew now.
Great.
You're part of this cult.
Great.
Ooh.
Yes. See, this is what I want.
Yeah,
you know?
marketing and branding.
Exactly. Like, I have so many topics, everything. I got you.
We can have the Saud column.
I wanted to drop so many juicy things
Saud
today.
sizzling tea.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we got more stories
Boiling.
in the future. But I wanted
Boiling.
to see if Reem was okay at first, and now I feel I got the measure of it. Next time's gonna be like a lot more secrets. We're gonna name some names.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, bigger things. We'll
Oh,
find
yeah.
it.
We'll find out.
All right, you guys. Peace out, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Bye.